Hey everyone, it's Andrew with Piriformis Gym, back with another video in our mobility series. Today we're going to talk about the piriformis. So for those of you who don't know what it is, piriformis is a small muscle that works with the glute to stabilize the hip joint, and it just kind of gets beat up a lot, especially if one glute is weaker than the other, it's not doing its job. The piriformis is going to take over, and then kind of it's just going to get overworked because it's a small muscle and can't handle as much of a load as the glutes can. That can lead to some low back pain, really deep in the low back, like right above the pelvis. And so if we release this muscle, then that can contribute to alleviating some of that deep low back pain. This tends to happen a lot when we sit, especially because we sit on one side more than the other. And so that side of the hip will just get a little bit beat up. So we're just going to go over a quick little drill here. So we're going to sit on the foam roller. You do need a foam roller for this. You could use a lacrosse ball, but it'll probably be really rough. So I would recommend starting with a roller. So just go ahead and sit on that roller, just like you'd be sitting on a bench. All right, and I'm gonna roll my right side here. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna straighten your left leg if you're rolling your right side, and then you're gonna pull that right ankle over your left knee, and then you're just gonna rebend that left knee, right, until that left knee's bent, and the right leg's about a 90-degree angle. We call this like a figure four, right? All right, make sure you can lean some weight back on this hand back here, right, and then your other free hand's on the ankle of the side you're rolling, just so that you can kind of maneuver a little bit, and then you're just going to tilt onto that hip. So again, if my right leg is crossed over my left knee, then I'm tilting onto my right hip, right? And you're just going to roll back and forth. And there's kind of this like, kind of describe it as like a corner on the hip. And once you find it, you'll feel the muscle tissue. It's going to be pretty sensitive, and so you're going to want to aim for like a 7, like out of 10 on the pain scale. So some moderate to fairly heavy discomfort. And once you find it, right, just sit on it, spend some time, dig in, right? Again, you can play with the rotation angle in the hip, right, going from one side to the other. Once you find it, it's a pretty small muscle, so just really short passes on the roller. And just spend a minute or two loosening this up, and then once you get that, feel free to switch to the other side. Again, don't be alarmed if one side feels way worse than the other. For example, my right side is tighter than my left because I sit on my right hip. So even though I roll this out all the time, I do experience more tightness on the right side. So don't be alarmed again if one side's tighter than the other. And then you can fix that long term just by looking at the way you sit, right? Like if you always cross, one side over the other when you're sitting in a chair, or if you're always sitting on like one hip when you're on the couch, just trying to, switch that up. That can contribute towards alleviating in long term. Again, this is good for a release to help with low back pain, and also really good trigger point to hit before you squat or deadlift or do any of those movements. For like a regular gym workout. So go ahead and give that a shot, and then feel free to leave any comments or questions down below. Thanks for watching.